Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, I know it's been a while, but um, I apologize if I'm sniffing a lot today. I'm not really sick. I got like a sinus infection or something, and my nose is just like swollen. You know, it's not. I'm not coughing or sneezing, or my nose isn't even running. It's just closed. Like my airways are just closed. So today we're just gonna mess around with the cards, see what comes out. I don't really have anything specific that I want to look into. I'm just gonna play with my decks and pull. I got these little cards. I don't know what they're called. They don't have a name, but they have like little emotions on them. And I figured we would like pull an emotion and use the card to look into it and just have some fun. I think we're probably going to use the Unveiled Tarot. It's the latest one the latest tarot deck that I bought. It's really fun. I really like it. And then the latest Oracle deck that I bought, the Yokai Oracle deck, I really love this one. It's the imagery, everything is really fun. I really like it. And then I have some other things we might pull from that I've used before, but that's just where we're gonna start. So I'm gonna pull an emotion from these cards that I got. This one come popping out, and then we're gonna just look into it. Worry. Focus on what you can. Focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. This one popped out. People have a lot of worries. I know I do right now, personally. So focus on what you can control and block out the rest. But let's use the cards to look in, try to see where this worry is coming from. And if the cards have any more advice on dealing with it and maybe possible outcomes. Yeah. So this is the Unveiled Tarot by Jesse Lonergan. Okay. Let's pull like 3 cards and see what comes out. The first one is the Wheel of Fortune. You see that? Pretty cool. Look at it. Looks like all the figures are like focused. They're super focused on the person placing the bet. Don't they look kind of eerie? Like how in the way the whites of their eyes are all just staring at you. The Wheel of Fortune. Fortune spins. And I think it exemplifies the worry. Like you're worried. We're worried right now that it's not gonna land in our favor. You should never gamble if you can't afford to lose. But I don't know that that's true. Feel free to offer your own insights in below. Let's see what comes up next. What are we worried about? We're taking a gamble. We're taking a risk right now. That's what we're worried about. I know I am personally. I'm taking a risk right now, but it feels like we don't have any choice. Gamble on yourself always. The Knight of Cups. An offer. Somebody's offering you something and it's a gamble and it's got you worried. Okay. But if the Knight of Cups is steady, even though, and he's got his armor on, and he's determined. If you can see the face on this card, he's determined. He's determined to come in with that offer, and he's steady. And it's a good thing that he has his armor on, because you're a tough one tough cookie. He's gonna have to fight to gain your trust. For sure, for sure. But he looks ready and prepared. I don't know if you can see his face, but he's determined. And he's got everything balanced. You see the bicycle. He's balanced, and if you can see his face, you see how determined his little face is? And he's clear, like the sky, the blue skies, everything is clear. He knows, he's sure of himself. So he's worth the gamble. Let's see what else we got. The Emperor. Strong, solid. You see that? So focus on what you can control. Let go of the rest. Everything is coming like how it should. Things are going to be steady. It seems unstable now. And I think probably you have a lot of eyes on you. That's what this world card, Wheel of Fortune card is giving me, is that there's a lot of eyes on you right now and a lot of different characters. And you're not sure who you can trust. And you're worried about making the wrong decision. Someone's moving towards you. The way these two cards are facing each other, it feels like he's gonna have to fight the Emperor they're gonna have to duke it out. Two offers are gonna have to duke it out. Let's see. Let's pull a oracle card. I apologize again for sniffing so much. It's just, I don't know what's up with the I'm not sick. It's just like clogged up. It's not even clogged up because there's nothing, just stuffy, I guess. I've been like, fight for your love is what's coming to my head right now. This Knight of Cups keeps drawing my attention, and this Emperor is, it feels like that's who he's gonna have to fight, or like break down your strong, steady walls. Like you see, it's like a statue. He's unmovable. He's unmoving. But this knight seems prepared for that, and it seems like there's an audience. Let's see. I'm gonna read the Emperor in the deck when I'm in a minute, but I just want to go off intuition and see what comes up. You guys can feel free to add to it. I love hearing different interpretations. We got Dream Eaters, healing, comfort, and peace. Look at that. You don't have, I know that worry came out, and we're right now we're in a state of worry, but this looks like we have people watching over us while we sleep. People making sure that only the right people can approach us, like standing solid. And the right one, he's gonna fight for you. The right opportunity is gonna see your worth and fight for you, even though he himself is worried. This little face is worried because he has to stand up to this, and break down your guard and your walls and your statue. But even though we should just let it all go and focus, like it says, focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. This card feels like it's gonna protect you from the monsters in the closet of this card that he might be worried about. His open doors behind him. Let's see what the it says. Baku, Dream Eaters, healing, comfort, and peace. Let's read the card. Isn't it so pretty? Like the illustrations on this deck, this oracle deck. Like all of them are just really, really pretty. I really like it. I'm really glad I bought this deck. B-A-K, Baku, Dream Eaters. I'm going to try to read the I think it's Japanese. I'm going to try to just read it. I just like to try to read the little Japanese saying that's here. It says, Kokoro no Yasuragi. If anybody speaks Japanese, or let me know if I'm pronouncing this right. It says, peace of mind, heart, and spirit. A restless sleeper, plagued by bad dreams, calls out for help. Moments later, a Baku slips in through the window. The purpose of this yokai chimera, with an elephant's trunk, bear's body, and ox tail, is to devour nightmares, leaving a calm serenity in its wake. Kokura no Yasuragi is a beautiful phrase that expresses inner tranquility of mind, heart, and spirit. This card encourages healing and wishes you a state of profound peace that extends to all aspects of your being. There are many ways to initiate the healing process: gentle movement like yoga or tai chi, journaling or meditation, or studying spiritual philosophical works. Sometimes reaching out for support is best. Talking to a trusted friend or therapist can provide just the insight, tools, and compassion you need. Here's something to reflect on. How can you invite Kokoroku no Yasuragi into your life? Peace of mind, heart, and spirit into your life. So that's something to think about. Now, I'm going to try something to answer that question. How can we invite peace of mind, heart, and spirit into our lives? Now, I have these Buddha's Wisdoms cards, and I'm going to see if they can help us, give us some guidance to stop the worry, to invite peace into our life. And I like how this is all going together because I just think it's really interesting playing with the tarot cards this way. It's really interesting. This is my Buddha Wisdom deck. You see? Can you see? Let's see what card comes out to try to answer that question for us. How can we invite peace of mind, heart, and spirit into our lives? Let's see. Let's pull. Prayer is when you talk to the universe. Meditation is when you listen to the universe. So it seems like we're being guided to meditate more. Seek answers from within and stop looking for validation without. That's what I'm getting. Stop looking for validation outside of yourself and focus on finding peace within. Yes, and I'm also getting that it's time to stop talking about your worries constantly, and it's time to just start listening. Listening. You're asking a lot of questions, and maybe it's time to start listening for the answers, because it would seem to me that they're here. So let's keep going. Pull more cards. I got the 3 new decks I got today was the little one with the little emotions on it, and I got this Buddha one, and I got this one called She Is. It looked interesting. It says a mindfulness deck for becoming, belonging, and being. It says this deck is not about the right answers. It is about gentle touch inward, about questions that don't press, but open space to see, to hear, to be. Sometimes it's silence, sometimes a voice, sometimes movement. She is an invitation to inner dialogue, to daily practice of being with yourself through journaling, self-reflecting, coaching, and soft inner presence that needs no explanation. These are mirror cards, guide cards, sometimes like an embrace, sometimes like in a question. Take one. How does it speak to you today, right now, right here? And then I was looking at it earlier, and it says there are 5 different sections to it. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, it said there are 5 different. Here we go. It says this deck holds 52 cards. 50 of them are divided into 5 paths. Each path touches a distinct sphere of inner life and holds 10 cards. Each path is equally important. like one of the pillars of inner wholeness. There are also two separate cards. They don't belong to any of the five paths, but they are not outside the process. They are present everywhere, not attached yet fully here, like spaces that move through it all. So the five things that is divided into, and it's divided into like color. You can't really, it's like a slight change in color. It's kind of hard to see, but it's your inner voice, authenticity, acceptance, action, presence, and then beyond the path. I think those are the two cards that are different from the other ones. Okay, so let's pull a card, see what we get, and see how we feel about it, talk about it, you know. This deck is called She Is. Did I show it already? I don't know, but it's just something I found and thought it was interesting. So let's see what comes up. I'm gonna shuffle this one actually because it's like a little different, and I want it to get mixed up because they're all like together. You know what I mean? Let's pull one. Let's pull one for fun. Let's pull one. Give me one for fun. How do we ease our worries? How do we invite more peace into our life? Through meditation. How do we learn to listen? Worry less. Have faith more. Let's see. We got what brings me joy. See that? Let's read the back. It says breathing. More meditation. You see how everything is kind of like syncing up? That's why I think this, that's what I think is fun. Cause like I'm randomly pulling it and everything is like related. And that's why I think it's fun. Breathing is all like giving the same advice. Breathing, and these are all different decks. Breathing is a bridge to the present. When I'm in it, I'm in my body. This card is about slowing down and connecting with yourself through breath. How does my state change when I focus on breathing? What kind of breath brings me back to my body? So that's something to explore. I wonder which one this one belongs to. It's kind of gray looking. Like the colors are, you see? I forgive myself. Like this one's like gray. This one is blue. I just want to show you the different, that it has like different little colors, but it's like gray. I guess presence. Yep. It says this is the path of the body, the breath, the moment, a place where you can simply be. Here there is no need to explain or invent. You can breathe, feel, live what is, not think about life, but be in it. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Anybody else want to talk today? Any other cards want to give advice? I feel like this is clear advice. What was the question on the back of that? I just think you got to find out what brings you joy as well. But let's see. It's how does my state change when I focus on breathing? What kind of breath brings me back to my body? I'm going to pull two more cards to answer those questions. How does my state change when I focus on breathing? Let's pull another tarot card just to see. How does my state change when I focus on breathing? Four of Cups. I'm going to look at this, but look, you see how she feels like this Four of Cups? She seems like she's drowning in a sea of like people, but her head is barely above water. I think when you focus on your breathing, it helps pull you out of that state of feeling like overwhelmed and unsatisfied. But I'm going to look at the card, and I'm also going to look at the Emperor because I remember I wanted to look at that. Let's see. Four of Cups. First, though, the Four of Cups says a moment of peace. That's how does my state change when I focus on breathing? The Four of Cups. A moment of peaceful reflection is what this time calls for. If you can't disappear to a little hideaway for a while, then just take these moments whenever they can be found. Be careful not to meditate too long and miss out on what's happening around you. So she's floating above it, found a state of peace in water. Her moment of peace with what's going on around her. All the hustle and bustle. And she still found a moment to find her tranquility. I had wanted to look at that emperor while we're on this. And then I'm gonna pull one more to answer that other question, but I was curious about what the emperor in this deck says. So just give me a second. Oh, it's right here. Okay. The statue of stone stands tall and monolithic, representing authority, stability, and order. Here is the protector who, with discipline and focus, makes sure things get done. Standing high above the crowd, nothing is beyond the statue's view. And with his perspective, there is a practical solution for every situation. The statue represents ideals to aspire to, however, you must remember you are a human made of flesh and blood and not an immovable piece of stone, immune to the failings and weaknesses of the living. You may find yourself in a position of power with big decisions to make, and it is important to keep perspective and see the people that surround you. Stone cannot bend, and from the statue's vantage point, it is easy to lose track of the living, breathing individuals amid the crowd. True success comes from merging the two points of view. The strength of stone must be combined with the flexibility of the human form. Amazing. I love how it's all just coming so clear and connected. What kind of breath brings me back to my body? What kind of breath brings me back to my body? That was the next question. That was just the emperor from earlier. I wanted to read it. The Ten of Wands. What kind of breath brings me back to my body? Ten of Wands. Let's see what it says in depth. I have an idea, but let's go into depth with it. Ten of Wands. In answer to the question, what kind of breath brings me back to my body? The Ten of Wands. The end of a burden. Letting go. That's not what it says. That's just what I'm thinking out loud. What it says is, there is no denying the burden you carry. It's heavy and almost at the limit of what you can bear, but you are so close to the home colony. Will rest await you when you get there, or like a drone, will you simply find new burdens to carry? Consider why you carry this burden and who really benefits from it. Let go of your worries. Don't let them overwhelm you. And when this moment is past and you're on the other side of it, don't reload yourself back up. Is what I'm hearing. Is what I'm getting from this. Like, you have a tendency to maybe not know what to do when you're not worried. Like, maybe that's why this is coming up right now. And this is like telling you, don't pick up new burdens. Don't pick up new stress, new worries just because it's familiar. Sometimes that old familiar hurt like kind of brings us a comfort, but it's time to let it go. Like, just because it's familiar doesn't mean that like it's good. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's all. I'm gonna end it with a familiar field oracle. I always like to have like a little animal guidance, you know, because I think they're fun. And it's always nice to have like an animal to help guide you on your path. I can't think of the name, like a familiar. It says familiar. It's familiar field oracle, and I couldn't think of it. But it's always, I think it's nice to have a familiar with you on your journey. So we're gonna see what familiar is coming to help us through this right now. Who's watching over? Maybe you might see one of these as confirmation, like come across your path if this message is for you, or just identify with it in any kind of way, you know? Let's see what we got. Huh. And I just watched a video about like falcons and eagles earlier today. That's crazy. Freedom, perspective, and victory. Earlier today, I watched a video about it. It was falcons and like foxes, and they were like in the Arctic fighting over fish. But still, the point is that eagles. It was funny. Eagles and falcons. This is an eagle, but it was these birds. It was really funny. I mean, that's when things line up. I think it's so interesting. It's so funny. It's so fun. The eagle. Freedom, perspective, and victory. All for me. Freedom, perspective, and victory. Coming for me, so I don't need to worry anymore. 'Cause freedom, perspective, and victory. With its mighty wingspan, the eagle seamlessly uses air currents to soar higher than all others, justly earning the title King of the Sky. Often seen as a messenger from the divine, this magnificent spirit swoops in as a sign to take liberties, just as the eagle does. Use life's natural currents to your advantage and hold your head high as you move forward on your own terms. You have nothing to fear. Let go your worries. I know it's hard. Like, the world is weird right now, and especially right now, like, the energy is just crazy. There's so many things going on and erupting all around us. It's hard to take this advice and be like, but on some level, you also have to realize it's all an illusion. Like, it's there to these people. It wants you to worry. It wants to trip you up. It wants you to get so stressed about things that you can't control that you lose focus. So worry about the things that you can control, even if it's like little things throughout your day, something small that you can control. Just focus on that. I can't even breathe properly right now. So I'm going to focus on that because maybe I can control that. Staying alive. And getting my breathing through my nose back. Anywho, I'm sorry. That doesn't have anything to do with anything. But yeah. Focus on what you can control. Let go of the rest. Hopefully you got something out of this, some kind of advice. Something that stuck with you. I thought it was pretty fun. It's always interesting to me. Have a good evening. Be in good health.